Jaya Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Haribo Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Haribol, 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 Nitai Gora Haribol. Haribol. Nitai, 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 Nitai Gora Haribol, 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 Nitai Gora Haribol. Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Ashtotrashta Shishmatrendu Goswami Abhay Chalaninda Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Ashtotrashta Shishmatrendu Goswami Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura Prabhupada Maharaj ki jai Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai Nirantara Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana ki jai Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga, Jai Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Shri Rukmini Dwarakadhish ki jai. Shri Govintai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna. So nice to be again back home, back to wonderful place, holy place of Shri Rukmini temple and wonderful family of Vaishnavas. Today we are going to read from Śrīmad-bhagavātam Mahapurana, text 7 from the chapter 29, canto 3. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayumudhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavachuttama Shloke Bhaktir-bhavati naishtiki Yam swanubhavamakhilam shrutisāramekam adhyatmadīpamatititirsatam tamundham Samsārinam karunayaha purāna guhyam tam vyāsasunumupayami gurum muninam Mukham karuti vācālam palgum langayate girim Tatkripatamaham vande Shri Gurundinatarine Ajanulambita bhujau kanakavadatau sankirtanaikapitarau kamalayataksau Vishvambaro dvijavaro yugadharmapalau vande jagatpriyakaro karunaavatarau Nityananda vadutendurvasudha pranavallabha jahnavi jivita patir Kṛṣṇa prema pradah Prabhu Padmavati Shriman Sutaha Sachinandana Purvajaha Bhavan Matta Jagatrata Rakta Gaura Kalevaram Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Kṛṣṇa Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Canto 3, chapter 29, text number 7. śrī-bhagavān uvāca bhakti-yogo bahu-vidho mārgair bhāmini bhāvyate svabhāva-guṇa-mārgeṇa puṁsāṁ bhāvo-vibhidyate. śrī-bhagavān uvāca bhakti-yogo bahu-vidho mārgair bhāmini bhāvyate svabhāva-guṇa-mārgeṇa puṁsāṁ bhāvo-vibhidyate. śrī-bhagavān uvāca Mataji, please. mārgaih bhāmini bhāvyate svabhāva-guṇa-mārgeṇa puṁsāṁ bhāvo-vidhidyate. śrī-bhagavān uvāca bhakti-yogo bahu-vidho, mārgair bhāmini bhavyate, svabhāva-guṇa-mārgeṇa, puṁsāṁ bhāvo vibhidyate. śrī-bhagavān uvāca. The Personality of Godhead replied, bhakti-yogaḥ, devotional service, bahu-vidhaḥ, multifarious, mārgair, with path, bhāmini, a noble lady, bhāvyate, is manifest, svabhāva, nature, guna, qualities, mārgair, in terms of behavior, puṁsāṁ, of the executors, bhāvaḥ, the appearance, vibhidyate, is divided. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. Abhay Charananda Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada ki. Lord Kapila, the Personality of Godhead, replied, O noble lady, there are multifarious paths of devotional service in terms of the different qualities of the executor. Purport. Pure devotional service in Kṛṣṇa consciousness is one because in pure devotional service there is no demand from the devotee to be fulfilled by the Lord. But generally people take to devotional service with a purpose. As stated in Bhagavad-gītā, people who are not purified take to devotional service with 4 purposes. A person who is distressed because of material conditions becomes a devotee of the Lord and approaches the Lord for mitigation of his distress. A person in need of money approaches the Lord to ask for some improvement in his monetary condition. Others who are not in distress or in need of monetary assistance, but are seeking knowledge in order to understand the absolute truth, also take to devotional service and they inquire into the nature of the Supreme Lord. This is very nicely described in Bhagavad-gītā 7:16. Actually, the path of devotional service is one without a second, but according to the devotee's condition, devotional service appears in multifarious varieties, as will be nicely explained in the following verses. Amagyanatimirandhasya gyananjana shalakaya chakshurumritam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. So this is the beginning of description by Kapila Dev to his mother, different kinds of devotional service. There is a nice song in Nepali language, Fulia akama fulia sansar, kateka akama kateka sansar. In other words, in the eyes of flower, all world is flowery. And in the eyes of thorn, everything is thorny. In the eyes of thief, everybody thieves. In Sanskrit it's called Atmavan manyate jagat, to see world not as it is, but as we are. So depends on the condition of the executor, performer. So devotional service also takes different colors. Interesting enough. Similar point Jiva Goswami explains in Bhakti Sandarbha. In Bhakti Sandarbha he explains that in the ignorance, in passion and in goodness, different people performing different kind of devotional services. He called it Dinadrik, Dina Bhava and Prithak Bhava, separatist mentality. In ignorance, people, what is the motivation of the person? What is the motivation? Why am I doing what I am doing? Right? I can do some worshipping in the temple, 4237, 4237. Externally it looks like the same thing, but it's not the same. I know one pujari, he was doing, in such a short dress and showing his muscles by doing this, just like this. And he must stand in front of the deity, so not behind so nobody can see him, but to make sure that somebody should see him, how he does it. And one pujari came to me once in one temple, said, Patri Prabhu, do you know who was dressing deities today? I said, no, and in purpose I said, well, I don't know. Come on, can you guess? I said, no, I don't know. No, please guess. No, please, little bit. And I knowingly knew, I said, I don't know. And this devotee could not say, me. And it was just darshanarati, Govindamadi Purusham Tamaha. Right after arati, he said, do you know who was dressing? And I said, wow, what a beautiful dressing. Guess, who did it? I don't know. Me. So basically it was dressing of the false ego, very nicely, because we want some appreciation, recognition, whatever. And you see, it's interesting. This is ignorance. So in passion, people can do the same thing because they need some motivation, is puja, pratishta, some respect, some profit. And in goodness, people doing because I have to be pious, I have to be better than others. And it's okay, but still they have this separatist mentality. Prithak bhava, dinadrik dina bhava, prithak bhava. And Kapila will be explaining this in few verses, these similar things. In our movement, there are three kinds of devotees. Some devotees is a natural tendency. They joining the movement because of beautiful, nice halawa or nice gathering and something new, exciting. And then for a while they're staying and just, haribol. And then after some time they're getting some clash, new fight. And then they leaving this movement and criticizing, playing blame game in dandavat.com or whatever it may be. So people coming and going and they hardly disappearing. Prabhupada said, hardly you can see them around actually. Prabhupada said, don't be surprised that people leaving this movement. Be surprised that people still staying. It's simple, but not easy. Like that. So they're coming and going and very few people we can see around. That's why samahatma sudurlabha. Second category of devotees, they're still hanging around because there is no other option. Because outside you have to struggle like crazy. Here is free prasadam, very nice facility, free accommodation, and just it's cool anyway. And sometimes they can pay your ticket to Mayapur and you can just like that. So they, and I like this hairstyle. No need to buy shampoo and it's just nice. So they're easygoing, but that's kind of adjusting. In fact, sometimes people Prabhupada says that in 8th Canto Bhagavatam, 9th chapter, I believe 29th verse, he says that time, place, circumstances, purpose, everything was the same for demigods and for the demons. But demigods, they got nectar, and demons, karmis, they didn't. Why? Everything was the same temple, same facilities, same 4237, for everything same, purpose the same, but somebody got susukham kartum avyayam, yayatma suprasidati, nectar, and somebody didn't. Why? Because Prabhupada, very powerful purport, he says that parispalina parichiyate, by results can be understood. Means justified by results. And he said that there are two categories of people sometimes in spiritual movement. Some of them, they fully depend on mercy of the Lord, rakshaititi vishvaso goptritve tatha, and therefore God, Supreme Lord, protects them and gives them beyond their expectations. But karmis instead, though they dress as a Vaishnavas, though they may be dressed as a Vaishnavas, they want to exploit resources of the Lord for their own sense enjoyment. Indriya prithaya prinoti. Therefore, our Prabhupada said in the commentary, it's Krishna's business to expose these people. Though they may be dressed as a Vaishnavas. Powerful statements, Prabhupada. So it doesn't mean that we just by putting tilak and just putting sari and dhoti, we become Vaishnavas. Not yet. And there is third category, those who really, in spite of their imperfections, in spite of their ups and downs, that's okay. Sadhakas, they're struggling and they're pushing ahead. Pushing means, push, pray until something happens. So they're just pushing and pushing in spite of ups and downs. Sometimes I wrote one poem in Russian language. Я знаю, что не готов, но долг прогоняет грусть, метла выметает дом, хоть веник и грязный пусть. Means, I know that I am not ready, but sense of duty pushing me ahead. Broom is dirty, but room is clean. Broom may be dirty, but it does its business. Room is clean. So Prabhupada said, I may or may not be pure, that's okay, but my message is pure, as it is. So this is the point that devotees, those who are struggling sadhakas, they eventually, they achieve and they will come above their ignorance. In 11th Canto Bhagavatam, 5th chapter, text number 33, it's very interesting description of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now again, they say, Dhyam sada paribhava-guṇa-mārgeṇa dosham. It said, Gna. Gnam means I am worshipping that Lord, Gnam, who destroys that humiliation of living entity. He destroys that humiliation. We are humiliated by these material conditions, by all the negative qualities, we are humiliated. So that's why I am worshipping that one day Mahapurushate Charanarabindam. I am worshipping that Lord who actually destroys our humiliation, our ignorance, even in spiritual life. Omagyana timir andhasya. You see? We know in the Ramayana there are 4 brothers, right? Ram, Lakshman, Shatrughna, and who else? Bharata. Ram, Lakshman, Bharata, and Shatrughna. Ghna. Shatru, Ghna. That's, of course, it's all different topic, but Ram was in the forest, Lakshman was serving him directly, and Bharata indirectly carrying his karau, all the sandals, and Shatrughna was serving Bharata. Dasa, 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 anudasa. And why his name Shatrughna? Ghna, who killing. Shatru means enemy. Shatrughna means the superhero of killing enemies. And what enemies he killed? In Mahabharata, in Ramayana it's explained, only one enemy he killed, Lavanasura. So he killed only one enemy. But why is such a name? It's like something, in Los Angeles temple going and distributing only one small book or one pamphlet, like this, distributing in the street. And he called Maha Super Book Distributor. Total, no. Actually, Shatrughna killed one demon, false ego. Trinada Peace. He was able to bow down and to serve the servant of the servant of the servant. Very, very important. And interesting story I wanted to share with you. It's explained how we can purify ourselves. Because Rupa Goswami explains that real devotional service is anya bilashata shunyam jnana karma anavritam anukulena Kṛṣṇa shilanam bhaktiruttama. So without any mixture, jnana mishra bhakti, yoga mishra bhakti, karma mishra bhakti, so many mishras we have. And tendency is that we, as Prabhupada mentioned in this purport, artha arthartha jigyasu gyanicha bharatarshaba, 4 kind of people coming. And we have seen in history people coming, and as soon as their desire is fulfilled, fine, bye, hello, and then again long hair and everything back square number 1. Because actually they wanted something from God. In India, it's very, very prominent. People coming to temple and doing all kind of strange obeisances, all the exercises. Sometimes I'm looking at people, how they're coming, and doing all kind of speculations, like this, like this, like this. So who taught them? I don't know. One guy came to temple, and he prayed like anything. Sometimes I can see, in India especially, I don't know, here also, people coming, and students especially, I saw, crying in front of the Lord. Oh, my Lord, please, please help me pass exam. I'll be serving you forever. All right, so, and then as soon as they pass exam, bye, see you after 1 year, my Lord. When next exam will come. One guy came here in car parking. There is no car parking, and he was so much eager to attend the meeting. He was about to miss the meeting. After 5 minutes, meeting starts, no car parking. What is this? My Lord, give me some parking place. I beg you, please give me some parking place. I believe you. And then as soon as he spoke this prayer, car coming out and giving the space for that. Okay, wait, it's okay. No need. It's okay, all right. I already got the parking, no need. Cancel the prayer. So the moment we're getting what we wanted, no more God. One guy came to temple and said, my dear Lord, let's make a deal. If you can give me $1,000. I'll give you $500 as a donation for Janmashtami. Deal. Okay? Okay. So, nobody knows. Patram, pushpam, what's called? Putram dihi, rupam dihi, gyanam dihi, striyam dihi, dihi, give me jai jagadisha hari. They praying like that. Dhan sampatti ghar mein aave, jai jagadi, I want this, give me this. People coming naturally. So this guy, give me $1,000. Really, I need to pay my bills, but 500, okay, I'll give you 500. So next day, this guy getting lottery ticket, and he getting, $500 lottery. Wow! He comes to temple and says, my Lord, I knew that you are very intelligent, but I didn't know that you are that intelligent. You already took your 500 from beginning, huh? So you already took it, nah? So you give me only my part. Yours, you don't need. So it was no intention to share with God, actually. And we can see people, they don't want to change, because spiritual process is change of the heart, Prabhupada said. Real spiritual evolution of consciousness ends up in surrendering completely. From mosquito to fly to some insect, living entity, evolution is there. But even coming to the human life, the ultimate perfection of evolution is to surrender. Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam raja. But it's very difficult to do. Even in spiritual life. And for that we need Guru. And one of the name of Guru is Karnadharam. Guru Karnadharam. Karna means ear. Dharan means, we discussed yesterday in one program. So Guru can catch your ear. Very difficult. Because it's nice to be independent. Dina drik, dina bhava, prithak bhava. Why should I follow somebody? I like to do shnik shnik, hiri hiri, brum brum, 4237, and do whatever I want. It's independence. But that's not what Kṛṣṇa wanted. No, Arjuna, you have to do what I want you to do. Mamanusmara yuddhacha. Because very easy now people, tendency is that it's nice to hear class in YouTube or ISKCON Desire, Desire3.com. Download, but problem with tape recorder or YouTube, you can pause it whenever you want. I don't like it. Pause or skip or something like that. When Guru present, you cannot skip. You are on the spot. You are exposed. And Guru can tell you something. Srila Prabhupada once, he was sitting and he said, you're all fools. And everybody. And one devotee said, yes, Prabhupada, I am fool. Except you, everybody fools. You are intelligent. Because to understand that I am fool requires intelligence. That's why you're very intelligent. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Amar Guru Amar Murkho Dekko Khoriya Sasan. My Guru Maharaj told me I am fool number one. Nimai Pandit, who destroyed Keshav Kashmiri, who defeated all the Jnanis in India. And Guru told him, you're a fool. Yes, I am fool. So Guru sometimes can tell us what to do, but very difficult to accept because it requires certain qualities. Purification of heart. And I was just reading in Chandogya Upanishad chapter 7, it's an interesting story how Narada Muni, he comes to Sanat Kumar and he asks him, can you become my guru? Can you teach me? Interesting. And he says, what I'm going to teach you? Hey, Narada Muni, son of Brahma, what can I teach you? My brother, because they are brothers. God brothers. And he said, well, I want to learn something from you. And Sanat Kumar asking, okay, you tell me, what do you know already? So before I teach you something, you tell me, what do you know? And Narada Muni says, okay, I know Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama, Adharva Veda, and I know, Vyakaranas, I know rules of worshipping the ancestors, Pitri Puja, I know mathematics, astrology, science of, different omens, science of opulence and obtaining different treasure, etc., etc. He was speaking, I know ethics, I know nyaya, I know different nirukti, how to make the words properly, dictionary, everything. So Sanat Kumar said, well, what can I teach you? You all know everything you already know. But Narada Muni said, well, but that's words only. It's only words, information, no transformation. That's words only. I know so many, I did Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, what all courses available in ISKCON, I did already. But something is missing. So Sant Kumar said, okay, then you worship those words, he told him. then you have to worship those words. You have to, that's why we were worshipping the books of Srila Prabhupada, putting them on the shelf and we were worshipping them, Srimad Bhagavatam. Oh, very nice. And then Narada Muni asked him, in brief, it's very nice. I said, anything else beyond that? Please, can you tell me? Anything else beyond this simply doing puja? And then Narada Muni says, well, you have to worship the speech. Speech, yes. Whatever you read, words, you have to speak. Shravanam kirtanam. You have to glorify that knowledge by speech, by preaching. Each one preach one, being taught by one. Oh, that's interesting. Because speech much powerful than words. Oh, that's good. And then you have to worship the speech. So, and then Narada Muni asked him, is anything more than speech? Please kindly, can you guide me further? He said, well, manasa. Then Sanat Kumar see that he's very serious. Okay, I'll take you ahead, one step more. Manasa. You have to actually, mind is more subtle than speech, because in mind, sankalpa, vikalpa, all the desires we have generated in mind. So to purify the mind, you have to, go to the mental level more. Ninidhyasanam, mananam. You have to just meditate and worship. And then he asking, anything more than that? Then Sanat Kumar says, determination. Now, next step is determination, sankalpa, dhridabrataha, Then you have to make sankalpa. We can see many people, they're coming to temple, we call this in Hindi, ayaram, gayaram, so many visitors and guests, but nobody taking responsibility. Ability to take responsibility, response to what you have got. So to take it is very difficult. And when passive desire from manasa turn into the action, it becomes sankalpa. Because now so many theoretical people, they're just telling me, oh, I am analyzing this shloka, that shloka, I am just, kind of jnana, theoretical jnana. And I tell you, people snoring in Sanskrit. So, and once somebody came to Srila Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, I can speak all entire Bhagavad-gītā in 40 minutes. Prabhupada, that's okay. Can you do something practical? Go and clean the pots in the kitchen. Do something practical. Nice to have the head among the clouds. You keep your legs on the ground. Be practical. Do needful. Otherwise, too many haribols, Can you do and practically do something for this movement? Because we're international movement, not international seating for Krishna consciousness. So like that, and said determination. And then anything more than that? In fact, each and every point we can discuss one hour. What is this determination? Utsaha, nishchaya, dharyat. What is this, each and every point? Then he said, anything else more than determination? Yes, chitta, he says, intelligence. This is actually under consciousness. Very interesting point. You see, I give to Krishna externally. I put even tilak. I change my hairstyle. I even give $10 donation to temple. And I'm just, look like devotee. I change my dress code. Externally, I did many things. But to surrender inner part of our unconsciousness, our inner desires, somewhere, as I say, mukmenam bahal michori. So some material desires which still we are holding on. Very difficult to surrender completely. Very difficult. It was one guy in Nepal. He was walking on the mountain. He was damn atheist, completely 100% atheist, communist. He didn't believe God at all. Where is your God? Show me your God. But one day he was walking in the mountain, and at night he slipped from the cliff. Oh, he was falling, and somehow or other he grabbed some kind of rope or something. He was hanging in the darkness. Om Ajnanatimir Andhasya. Hanging like this, and he started to pray to the Lord. My dear Lord, please, if you're there only, if only you are there, you save me. If you'll save me today, I promise you, I'll believe you, I'll worship you, everything. A voice came from the sky. I don't trust you. No, please, this time, please trust me. I'm really, I'll worship you, save me. And I'll do whatever you say. And the voice said, I don't believe you. No, please, I will do whatever you say. I'll follow. Okay, let me try, voice said. Then, will you follow what I'll say? Yes. Then, leave the rope. Give up the rope. No, 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 no. Everything but not this. Everything else but not rope, please. And the voice told him, I told you, I don't trust you. And this man was so much shocked, he got heart attack and died. And by morning time, when sun rised, everybody saw that this guy was hanging just 1 foot above the ground. And somebody said, my dear Lord, why didn't you tell him that it's only 1 foot only? Because if I'll tell him, this guy will say, actually I did it myself. I knew that. I just did it myself. I have done it. But unfortunately, that's not the case. We have to first trust God and then not depend on our own endeavors. That's called surrender. To change this chitta, it's more difficult to give up subtle attachments. Then anything more than that? Narada Muni asked, yes, dhyana, meditation, complete flow dedicated to the Supreme Lord. Manmana bhava mad bhakto. Always remember me, mamanusmara yuddhacha. Always, constantly remember the Lord. That's, but what next? Narada Muni explained, it's greatness, Sant Kumar said. That's the greatness, key word. And you have to achieve the greatness of your soul. And real greatness comes when you go nishtraigunya bhavarjuna, above the modes of nature. And then he says, higher than that is vijnana. Greater than simply theoretical knowledge, dedication and meditation and dhyana, vijnana. Bhagavad tattva vijnanam, practically. One can attain the spiritual realm, vision of spiritual world by this vijnana, practically. And then anything else more than that, it's bala. Sant Kumar said, this is a bala, strength. You see? And many, many people, thousands of vijnanis people, they're standing in front of somebody who has a bala. Power. And from where that bala comes, 7th canto, 15th chapter, text number 45. Homework. If you want, just go check it out. It is explained, Narada Muni tells to Yudhishthira Maharaj, from where the bala comes, in Achyuta Bala, that Guru gives the sword of knowledge and gives you the power to lift this sword of knowledge, to cut the ignorance. It comes from Guru. So I'm always giving this example, 7:15:25, 7:15:45. Check it out. And then those who have bala, athotthatha bhavati utishtan paricharita bhavati. Paricharita means those who have power. Paricharita means humble service. Humble service. Paricharita. It means they become very humble and they are ready to serve. Dasa, 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 anudasa. In front of the person who has paricharita bhava, who has sincere desire to humbly serve, thousands of people who achieve vijnana stage, they standing with folded hands. Big pandits, those who are snoring in Sanskrit, those who are doing tapasya, they're standing in front of somebody who get that paricharita bhava. And it's explained, Srila Prabhupada, he went to America, you see. He went to America and he said, he was serving hippies, practically. We know that example. Prabhupada said in one class, Brahmanas first class, Kshatriyas second, Vaishyas third class, and Shudras are fourth class. In Kali Yuga, everybody Shudras, less than Shudras. And somebody said and challenged Prabhupada, what do you mean? And who you thinking you are came here to teach us? Who are you? And Prabhupada said, folded hands and said, I am fifth class. I came to serve Shudras. I came to serve all of you. And Prabhupada said that. That was his bhava. In Jaladuta, he said, I don't have any knowledge, I don't have any bhakti. Please make me dance. Make me dance, my Lord, as you want. And that Sant Kumara explains, Paricharita upasata bhavati upasitan. Upasata means upasana. So you upa-asana. You become humble. Trinada pi sunichana. Upa-asana. Upanishad. Upa-ni means niche. Down. Sad. You become humble. Upasitam drashta bhavati. You start to see world as it is. Through the Krishna's eyes. Drashta. Only with humble state of mind, Kṛṣṇa can prakashate mahatmanaha. And he says, Drashta bhavati, shrota bhavati, manta bhavati, buddha karta vigyata bhavati. Somebody who has this paricharita bhava, humble service. And then we can see, we can hear, we can think, we can act properly. And that's why in Srimad Bhagavatam it's explained, this is our process. Adbhuta krama shila shiksha. Adbhuta krama shila shiksha. Shila means character. We are not only learning black and white letters. We are not just letters only. We learning from the character of the Guru. Bhagavata book and Bhagavata person. By seeing whom we can actually get the essence. Yam swanubhavakilam shruti saramekam. We can get the essence of all scriptures by seeing the character of the person. And we have excellent example of Srila Prabhupada. By seeing his krama shila shiksha, learning from the character of the pure Vaishnava. You see, it's so important. Therefore, this is a glorious opportunity. There are so many stories, like how Prabhupada, he changed his vision. He changed perspective. Other people can see things in different perspective, but pure devotee, he can see things differently. Once Prabhupada was walking in morning walk, and with his stick, he was breaking the ice in Europe. Stopping, breaking ice. Going ahead, again breaking ice. So nobody asked him, because everybody could not dare even to ask him, what Prabhupada, like child, playing with the ice or what? Then some months later, Srila Prabhupada came to US, and he was walking also in morning walk. And one devotee who happened to be in Europe with him, he also saw Prabhupada also breaking the ice. Then he could not just, keep it. Srila Prabhupada, what are you doing? Can you tell me, what are you doing? What is this? Because I saw you did it there and here also. Prabhupada turned and said, natural condition of water is liquid. Ice is not natural condition. My mission to bring living entity to its natural condition. That's my mission. Though externally looks like, we cannot imitate anukarana, anusarana. We have to follow the footsteps of our acharyas. Prabhupada said, I can tell you this because I have done it. Same thing. Once Srila Prabhupada was walking with his disciples, and one big dog came. Big one, running. And sannyasis, big sannyasis, they became scared. Oh no, and they ran away. They just ran away aside. And Prabhupada, without fear, he took the stick. Hut! And this, and dog ran away. And they followed. And they followed ahead, and another dog came. And the sannyasis, everybody started to, hut! And this dog became even more angry, attacking sannyasis. Hut! And Prabhupada said, no. That's science. This is a science. You cannot just simply externally, hut. It doesn't work like that. Once Prabhupada was walking, I believe it in Paris somewhere. They had long program, evening programs. They were walking at night after program. And one drunkard came and was attacking Prabhupada. He ran toward Prabhupada, attacking him. And Prabhupada took his cane and smashed this drunkard in the head. And he just fall down, and Prabhupada just walked. So all this said, wow, Prabhupada is like martial artist, Fearlessly, not even tinge of, Prabhupada, like that. And the drunkard, boom, and Prabhupada could keep walking. Prabhupada said, what is this artificial nonsense, all this humility? Arjuna was shooting the arrows. That was his humility, you know that? Arjuna was shooting arrows, and even he had to kill Bhishma Pitamaha, Dronacharya, so many relatives. But that was his humility. Because humility, paricharita bhava, is to follow the order of spiritual master. Arjuna didn't want to fight, but because Kṛṣṇa was his master, you have to fight. Utishta tishta bharata, mamanusmara yuddhacha. Okay, karishye vachanam tava. I'll do that, because it's your desire. It's not my desire. If your desire for me to go to hell, fine, forever. If you want me, my dust of lotus feet on your head, I'll do that. You embrace me or kill me or whatever, put me in difficulties, fine. Whatever you want, my Lord. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he says, that if my sufferings making Kṛṣṇa happy, then my sufferings is the greatest pleasure for me. If that's what makes him happy, because main point is, main catch, as they say. Where is the catch? Catch is some siddhi haritoshanam, to please Kṛṣṇa. Whatever he wants. And that can be done only by humble person. So anyway, and then that's different vision. One more example, and we can maybe have a few questions. Once Srila Prabhupada was in the skyscraper, because we know that in 5th Avenue, Hare Krishna movement acquired one skyscraper once upon a time. And Prabhupada was sitting on the skyscraper, and he's watching for a long time New York City, and traffic going beep beep beep, pa pa pa, beep 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 beep, going like, and Prabhupada just watching. And watching, and watching. And one disciple, his secretary, said, wow, finally Prabhupada likes our New York. He's so much fascinated with this beauty of our skyscrapers, and wow, finally he likes New York. Then after some time, Prabhupada called that disciple, come here. Yes, Prabhupada, yes. Yes, he was expecting he will glorify New York with such beautiful constructions. Prabhupada, come here. Yes, Prabhupada. See that car. So many cars were moving. See that car? Yes, Prabhupada. Nice car, isn't it? Yes. That car we can use for Jagannath, for Ratha Yatra. Oh, disciple was so ashamed that he was thinking in terms of material beauty and opulence, but Prabhupada was thinking, in terms of what we can use for Kṛṣṇa, what we can use for Jagannath, in connection with the Lord. To see everything, and that's why Kṛṣṇa tells to Lord Brahma in 2nd canto Bhagavatam, what is the Maya? Maya, not to see something in connection with me. If you're seeing something not in connection with me, you cannot be in proper consciousness. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada is such a wonderful example. And as Bernard Shaw, he says, actually it's very interesting, I just read this quote today morning. Bernard Shaw, he says, reasonable man adapting to their environment. Unreasonable man try to adapt their environment to themselves. Thus, all progress in the world is a result of efforts of unreasonable man. So sometimes to think out of the box, not like everybody. And Srila Prabhupada was such a person. And I wrote one poem to Srila Prabhupada just yesterday actually. To this world of darkness lost in pain, you brought the light of Krishna's name. With boundless grace you paved the way and gave us hope that shines today. You saw no caste, no race, no creed, but lifted all in times of need. A helping hand so kind and wise directed us toward eternal skies. Srila Prabhupada, your light still shines through sacred words and holy lines. You gave us hope divine and rare, a love so deep beyond compare. Without arrogance and pride, you guided us to Krishna's side. By giving holy names so sweet, you took us to his lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the class. In regards to this point of pure devotional service and mixed devotional service, sometimes we hear, like Srila Prabhupada said, if you just chant 16 rounds and follow the 4 regulative principles, you'll go back home, back to Godhead. And people might abuse that and then, do all sorts of other stuff in their life, but they try to do that. And then elsewhere we see Prabhupada say you can't have one material desire, so how do we, can you help clarify this?
Very good question. One lady came to one sannyasi in Russia, and she said, Swamiji, I can see in your movement there are 2 kind of groups. One group, they're doing some astrology, psychology, some yoga, meditation, some peace, good, nice, vegetarian. I like that group. It's very nice, very cool, very nice. But another group says, surrender completely, go mission, do Buddhism. Too much. Fast, nirjala, completely, austerities. And so, which group I should join? Both groups are crazy. These are extremes. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, those who are too much contaminated by austerities and heavy, like this, they are contaminated by jnana. And those who want some easygoing life, Hari Bol, dance, enjoy prasadam. Prabhupada said that. You have to eat like a duck. Up to the neck. Oh, I like this movement. But Prabhupada also said, if I'll tell you how much sweat and blood takes you to become pure devotee, you'll scream and run away from here. It's not easy. And the more you become responsible, more you're going ahead. Prabhupada said that it's very easy, 8 steps. Ato shraddha tata sadhusanga bhajana karya anartha nivrittisya. And then nishtha, and then bhava, and then ruchi and prema, and just like that. He said, because Prabhupada said that in one of the classes in the 70s. He said, it's easy. Ato shraddha. First faith. You came, right? Otherwise, how you come? You came here because you had some faith. You listening from me. Sadhu Sangha. Next step. And then bhajana kriya. You already chanting Hare Krishna, right? Yes, Prabhupada. Bhajana kriya started. And then anartha nivritti. You following 4 principles, you wake up for Mangalarati, you're just chanting 16 rounds, you're controlling your senses. Yes, Prabhupada, anartha nivritti. And you're coming every day for Mangalarati, you coming, meeting, associating with devotees every day, so nishtha. And I saw you dancing also, sometimes tears in your eyes, you are so emotional, bhava is there also. So prema just behind the corner. And Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj said, Prabhupada cheated us. He cheated us because if only I knew what it takes, oh no. But it's very nice cheating. Transcendental. Otherwise we will never come. So therefore our progress ahead proportionately depends from the kick from behind. And Kṛṣṇa consciousness, you see, actually in our community we divided even congregation in 5 categories, you see, practically. Even Kṛṣṇa says, Yat hamam prapadyanti tam stathaiva bhajanaham. There are missionaries. I will not speak this here now, but I'm just as a point. Missionaries, those who dedicated full time. It may be brahmachari, may be grihastas also. For them different set of rules are there implemented. And facilities also. Secondary, they are friends. They're 50% busy, but they're taking responsibility in temples, they're pujaris or accountants or whatever. They're doing some cooking for deities regularly. Second one, well-wishers. Missionaries, well-wishers, they're chanting 16 rounds, everything. But they have their families, their business. So they're busy, but they took responsibility, well-wishers. Third category is friends. We depend on them. Whenever we need them, they're like saviors. Need some money, support, manpower. They're coming up like whales. Sometimes, but whenever you need them, you can rely on them. Fourth category is the visitors. They come once in Janmashtami, they're giving you $11 in the donation box, and they're nice, they come sometimes, pop up for Bhagavatam class. They're most welcome, facilities for them, everything. And the fourth category, fifth category, they are visitors. Just visitors. We don't know they're following or not following. Sometimes they have Kantimala, sometimes not. We don't know. They're also most welcome. But when some visitors happen to be very old people in the movement, very old, but they're hardly appearing at all. And then when sometimes they come, no, you have to do like this, you have to do this, and they start to point fingers everywhere, how to do, and teaching everyone how to do. I said, well, it would be nice, Prabhu Mataji, if you can rise yourself to the first 3 categories at least. Then we can listen to your advice. Otherwise, in white gloves to give advice, it's very easy. So similarly, Srila Prabhupada, he can see, and some people they are for maybe 10 years in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, but they're carrying legal responsibilities, they're pushing this movement, they're distributing, preaching, taking so much trouble. And some people, they simply took initiation, that's what they wanted, to change their external name, and they're taking any responsibilities. So for this kind of people, like for the babies, yes, chant Hare Krishna, eat prasadam, yeah, it's okay. But for people, those who really, really surrendered, I was telling yesterday, I was flying from Bangkok to Delhi. And I was no association, no devotees, I just so boring. And I was praying to Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa, can you send some association, some devotees maybe? And can you guess, I was sitting in the flight, and just next person to me all of a sudden took out the japamala and started to chant it. Oh, no. I said, excuse me, because he was like in hat like this covered, I could not recognize him, but he took japamala. And I, excuse me, Prabhu. It was Guru Kripa Prabhu. Those first disciples whom Prabhupada moving this globe in his room here. And he's put, okay, go to Japan, Brahmananda, go to Kenya, go to Africa, go to Europe, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, go to communist countries. And he was, wow, Patri, because we happen to know each other. So, oh, Patri, what are you doing here? Come on. For 4 hours, he was telling me so many stories of Srila Prabhupada, how they surrendered to Prabhupada, how they just, like army. No Bhakti Shastri, no Bhakti Vaibhava, nothing. Simple. Akhila, Krama, Shila Shiksha. We saw the qualities of Prabhupada, and by these qualities, we were learning so much that time. We were learning. Anyway, I don't want to take much time, but different instructions for different people. Depends on the level of surrender. And I'll conclude with this example. In Hindi, they say, Karam kamandala kah kahe tulasi kah gaye sai, sarita jal nadi kup adhikam bunde ke samay, means Karam Kamandal means depends on your container. You'll get that instruction, depends on your container. How much you surrender, which category are you of devotee. And if you have small bottleneck, even in front of you, ocean, river, sarita, jal, nadi, kup, well, river or ocean, how much water you will get? As much as your container allow. This much. Not even one drop more. So similarly, even Supreme Lord will come in front of you. Even the best guru in this universe will come in front of you. How much you can accept from him depends on how much your consciousness. Mind is like parachute. It's working when it's open. But when you want Mishra Bhakti, Karma Mishra, Jnana Mishra, you want instructions from Guru, what you want to hear. Guru Maharaj, what service I can do for you? Go for book distribution. Go! Wrong guess, Guru Maharaj. Try again. Anything else? Because we want to hear what we want to hear. Go and eat prasadam. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. I like that. So that's why Prabhupada see we are like children, but somebody has to be grown up, adult. Come on. Prabhupada said, business of the son, take the business of the father ahead. So therefore, this is Prabhupada giving different instructions to different people. It depends what container do you have. Hare Kṛṣṇa. Grantarat Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Mahapurana ki jai. Gaura Premanande. Hare Hare. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Los Angeles ISKCON Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.